Natural Selection, presented by David R. Wood. Natural Selection, NS. Quote, as many more individuals of each species are born than can possibly survive, and, as consequently, there is a frequently recurring struggle for existence, it follows that any being, if it vary however slightly, in any manner profitable to itself, will have a better chance of surviving and thus be naturally selected. End quote. Charles Darwin, On the Origin of Species. Naturalists from Aristotle to Charles's grandfather, Erasmus Darwin, had searched for the driving force behind the process of natural evolution. What mechanism drove such relentless and fierce evolutionary competition? It was Charles Darwin who finally imagined the invisible pattern in nature that answered this question: the process of natural selection. Natural selection is the core mechanism that drives the process of natural evolution. Fortunately, you are already familiar with how this mechanism functions. The majority of professional sports leagues utilize an artificial variation of this mechanism to drive competition, the playoff system. Every season in professional sports is a process of elimination, starting in the regular season and ending with only one eventual champion. Natural selection works roughly the same way. However, natural selection doesn't stop at the end of the season. The mechanism of natural selection is happening every second of every day, everywhere on Earth life exists. Those species whose adaptations are beneficial in the struggle for existence survive and continue to reproduce. They are effectively selected for continued existence. Those species whose adaptations are not beneficial in the struggle for existence do not survive and do not continue to reproduce. They are effectively deselected for existence. It is simply a self-sorting process where species end up in one bucket or the other. In Earth's evolutionary history, 99% of all species that have ever existed have been deselected for existence, which is otherwise known as having gone extinct. The same patterns, i.e. laws of physics, competitive, environmental, climatic, etc., have occurred throughout Earth's history. So, some patterns of adaptations, i.e. phenotype, have been successfully selected for continued existence in different geological epochs. Even if the species were descended from completely different genetic lines. An example of this is the phenotype of the modern crab. The crab's phenotype has been produced by the process of natural evolution repeatedly due to the advantageous adaptations it provides a species. The phenotype of the crab existed in the same natural ecosystems of the dinosaurs. We see the same phenomenon in human competition. Go read Marcus Tullius Cicero's book, How to Win an Election. In that book, he advises his brother, Quintus, how to get elected in the ancient Roman political system. The adaptations Marcus recommends to his brother read as if they are written for democratic politics today. As the nature of our species has not fundamentally changed since the time of the Romans, the same candidate profile, i.e. phenotype, continues to be selected, i.e. elected, in democratic societies across history. One could say that that candidate profile is the, quote, crab of human politics.